that? Oh, at the leadership or oh. Oh, yeah, that's always tough. They're going there. You could probably she won't let you do it. Good evening, how you doing? You too. Just getting my high chair. Thank you. Good. How about yourself?
All sorts of chart knowledge today.
Oh, the benefits thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Lisa. Oh yeah, you got the harassment thing. Oh yeah. So who did that training? Was it Monica or was it a lady over? Yeah, I forget. She's like one of the partners, I think. Yeah.
At this time, I'd like to call to order the May 12th meeting of the Citizens Public Safety Review and Appeal Board. Roll call, please.
Yes. Jason Allen, Christopher Caldwell, Ashley Huber,
Present.
Wally Ferrara,
Present.
Ebony Hempel,
Present.
Barbara Miller,
Here.
Regina Miller,
Present.
Susan Stapleton,
Here.
Teresa Thrash,
Here.
Tamara Sturdivant.
Here.
All right.
At
Thank
this-
you.
Before we move forward, sorry, James, I believe that one of our members has something that they'd like to bring forward to us.
Correct. Thank you, Chair. And dear fellow members of the Review and Appeal Board, I'm speaking now to formally resign from my position as a member of the Citizens Public Safety and Review and Appeal Board effective today, May 12th, 2026. After much prayer and discernment and thought, I had accepted an offer to join the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety with the intention of becoming a sworn public safety officer later this year. Today was my first day of full-time employment as a city employee. In light of this transition, I recognize that my continued service to this board would present a conflict of interest, and it is important for me to step aside in order to preserve the integrity and independence of its work. It's been a privilege to serve on this board and to contribute to its mission of accountability, transparency, and trust within our community, and especially grateful for your leadership and for the thoughtful collaboration among my fellow members. This experience has been both formative and meaningful, and I can honestly say that it's through my service on this board that I have come to this decision. Been on over 20 ride-alongs with KDPS, and I guess I had a little too much fun with them and decided to join them full-time. I look forward to joining the dedicated men and women of KDPS who work tirelessly to enhance the quality of life for all by providing professional police, fire, and EMS services to the residents and visitors of Kalamazoo. While I certainly hope that my name does not appear before this board in the future, but I know that if I do, you guys will have, you'll act with the interests of the city and the citizens in mind. Thank you for this opportunity, and I remain committed to the shared goal of strengthening public trust, and will carry that perspective with me into the next chapter of my public service. Thank you.
Thank you, Wally. I think all of us will miss you and your wisdom, but we look forward to seeing you on the road if we're not speeding at least. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Your souvenir nameplate.
So, thank you for being here tonight, in person as well as via the city's live streaming platforms. Public comments will be accepted during the times as indicated on today's meeting agenda. Community members that wish to provide public comments over the phone can call 888-382-9556 during the citizen comments period. They will enter a queue and will be prompted to offer their comments in turn.
Is there a motion to adopt the minutes from the April meeting?
So moved.
Second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes have been adopted. At this point, we'll have information from KDPS in terms of information sharing and from the Office of Professional Standards as well.
Good evening, Chair, members, city officials. Victor Green, Assistant Chief. We're really excited about Wally joining. He now on his new journey. He starts Fire Academy real soon, so we'll see him in a year or so after he goes through all the training and be on his own. Before I have Inspector Mason come out to explain any of the PCRs, I just want to give you a couple updates that has occurred within the last month. First is, I was speaking to the chair. We are in the process of our 79th class, hiring class. So we do have first round of interviews next week on the 20th, and then I will also provide the date for final round interviews, which will be sometime in late August somewhere, and I can provide that so maybe some member can participate. I know some of you already participated in the interviewing process, so the first round is the big round, and we narrow it down to, you're invited also to the final round with the chiefs when we make our final decision. Also last month, you may have heard a lot of information going around with Flock, our license plate readers, and we had several members of the community that came and support the license plate reader. When we had the training session not too long ago, we explained how the license plates, but we're also going to think we should do another training sometime in the future. But Chief Boyson met with Inspector and I, and we added another part to our policy, and before it goes live to the transparency page, we just wanted to give you an update. It should go live hopefully tomorrow morning. So it explains how officers are to use Flock, shows that we don't share our information. We do have partners such as Portage Police Department, Sheriff's Department, Michigan State Police, just a cohort of people that we do share our flock information with. But we added in the policy that every month, starting when we meet again in September, after, well, the next meeting that we have, we will provide a monthly audit of the flock to show you who ran it and et cetera. And Inspector Mason will be in charge of that. He can talk a little bit more about that in detail. So that will be added to the policy, and the policy will be on our transparency page tomorrow morning. Okay. Any questions at all before Inspector Mason goes into his PCR? All righty, Inspector, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. Inspector Mason with the Office of Professional Standards. Before you, you have the PCR report as of April 30th of this year. So there's one in your packet. I noticed a couple of errors on there. I handed out a new one. Should be a separate couple sheets of paper. That is accurate. Currently, we are at 10 PCRs on the year. I have several of those, I believe 6, 7, 8, and 9 are still open, pending investigation. So, does anyone have any questions on the PCR report as it appears before you?
And 10 is withdrawn, correct?
That is correct. And it withdrawn is an instance where someone had initially filed a complaint and then upon follow-up with my office, elected not to pursue it.
And how does that compare to about this time last year? It seems a little low, which is actually great, I guess. Right?
It is great. I'd say the numbers tend to fluctuate year after year. I'd say on average, we're about right where we usually are.
Okay. Other questions, comments? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
At this time, we'll move forward with any board member comments. Barb?
I know there's been some issues with flock, and I appreciate you updating us coming forward. I was wondering if it was appropriate if CSPRAB sort of endorsed the concept of flock. I know NAACP and Northside Ministerial Alliance have endorsed it, and maybe it's for a discussion another time, but I thought I'd bring it up. It sounds like an important part of what police work does, so I'd appreciate us maybe looking at that. Thank you.
One of the things that we have done in the past, in particular with the FUSIS policy, which was policy 339, is we had a subcommittee of the board review the policy. And so I think that would be appropriate for us as well to not only look at the policy, but to gather input from many of the citizens that we are encountering out and about in terms of hearing their concerns. I know when we reviewed policy 339, we came to the conclusion that while there was concern from the community of interest, that it really was the policy itself was very clear in that it was meant to help to make the community safer, and that the access to the feeds that would come through the camera system were controlled within KDPS and authorized personnel. And so it really wasn't Big Brother out there watching and identifying individuals. And that there also was within the policy a statement saying that it was not intended to violate the First or the Fourth Amendment rights. And so I think having an independent individuals like our own board here just to look at the policy and see if there's something that we notice that either could be added to better clarify for our citizens so that they understand the usage of the camera systems, both the ones downtown and then the ones on the plate readers, and how they're being utilized in terms of crime reduction in our community. And so I would set forward with the board's agreement that we have a subcommittee review the policy once it is updated, and then provide comments and feedback back to KDPS. And if that is agreeable, I'd also ask for at least 2 volunteers to sit on that subcommittee to review that policy. Do we have another? Ashley is,
Yeah.
okay, Regina, all right, thank you. And so with that, we have 2 members of our board who have volunteered to sit on the subcommittee and review that policy. Do I have a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. So Chief, if we could just know when that policy is updated, and we'd be able to send it out to the board. Any other board member comments at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on to the citizen comments. Next is the opportunity for the general public to comment. Speakers will have 3 minutes for their comments. We will start with in-person speakers and then go to call-in speakers. People who want to offer comments via phone should call 888-382-9556 starting now through the end of this public comment period. While the Citizens Public Safety Review and Appeal Board welcomes your comments, this is not a time for dialogue between speakers and board members or city staff. So that your concerns can be addressed, we ask you to provide your contact information. Also, please be mindful of the time limit and finish your sentence when time expires. Are there any in-person comments? Seeing none, are there any online or call-ins?
There are no call-in comments right now.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the dates for our upcoming meetings. I know that summertime can be hectic for many individuals trying to schedule family time and vacations. Often we have not met in July, but also given that we've had limited numbers of complaints that have come before this board, I would entertain a motion to cancel both the June 9th, 2026 and July 14th, 2026 meetings.
Oh. So moved.
Support.
Oh, I shouldn't have sounded so happy.
All in favor of canceling then the June 9th and July 14th meetings signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so we have the next 2 months off. Don't spend them, or spend them wisely, I guess, right? And also know that there may be, the August meeting may be rescheduled to the new facility, but we haven't gotten word on that yet. So we'll be in touch as to where you need to go, that you don't show up in the wrong place. If there are no other announcements or messages or concerns that the board would like to bring forward, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The meeting is adjourned.